Hi, I'm Lea Tippet. I'm a landscape photographer and a Sigma ambassador. I'm currently in North Devon and I'm going to take you through my approach to shooting landscapes. I like to get to the location early. As you can see, the sky behind me is just starting to colour up now, which is just what I want. If you get here too late, obviously you miss the magic. I always like to scout about, look at the location and pick out a composition. There's a lot here to choose from, rocks and various things, so let's go down and have a look and see what we can find. As an aid to help me with my landscape photography, I use various apps. The ones in particular that I use often are things like TPE, which enables me to track the sun position. There's other apps as well out there. Photo Pills is another very good one. But also, I use an app called Anytide. It lets you know in advance what the times are going to be and the height of the tides as well. So I always make sure I've got the phone with me with all the apps all loaded. So I'm down on location now and it's beautiful down here. It's always worth spending a little bit of time prior to taking the shots just to have a good look around and finding that right composition that you really feel that works well for you. Looking for various foreground interests such as the rocks here in front of me, textures in the background as well. I also use a square frame as an aid, which I often use when I go out and I'm in the field somewhere. I use it for framing a shot, so I'll go around until I can find a composition that I think works really well. I've chosen this location purely for the foreground interest as well, which I think is really interesting, and the background's also very nice. The light's looking good as well, so I'm about ready to set up. I use the Sigma FP along with the Sigma 14 to 24mm f2.8 DN lens, which is the lens that's used for mirrorless cameras. I also have the hood on the back of the camera, which I find really helpful, especially in very harsh light conditions. I find the FP really very good. The dynamic range is excellent, so it enables you to shoot in all kinds of light and renders really good images, very high quality. And the 14 to 24mm lens, ever so sharp, really good. Often I shoot anywhere between f11 up to about f16 and the images are superb. Quite often I photograph just purely with filters. Other times I use the ISO 6 capabilities of this little camera, which is superb. It enables me to get some very long exposures during the daytime, which is something that I really enjoy doing. So, I've now picked the filters that I'm using. I've looked at the viewfinder and I'm currently at f11, and I've focused on the foreground rocks just about a third of the way into the shot. And I've got two filters fitted to the front of the holder. I have a 6-stop ND filter that's given me a really long exposure now, and also with a combination of using the camera's ISO 6 setting, I have a 320-second exposure, so well over 5 minutes. And I've also used a 5-stop soft grad just for the sky. I just want to bring out the cloud definition in the sky slightly as well. So I've just fired off a shot, so let's see what we get from this image. So that's just what I was after. Good foreground interest, the sky and the land are both properly exposed, and the long exposure has given me some nice milky water effects. As you can see, the results are razor sharp, even in the extreme corners, and that image quality, for me, is just incredible.